All right. We got a little bit of weekend Friday music coming in today, of course, courtesy of Waterflame, who graciously allowed me to use his music on all the programming that I wind up doing on YouTube, which I absolutely love. So, yeah, this is Boss Rush. I think today it's going to be a bit of a lonely day as my colleagues seem to be out for the day. I know that Mark DeLoura is attending the Games for Change Summit in New York. So I knew he wasn't going to be here today. Unfortunately, one of our other co-hosts, Susan Cummings, is under the weather today. And so she's going to be out sick. And Dean Takahashi is just kind of out and about. So I'm just going to be sitting here, holding down the fort and talking through some interesting stuff going on in the games industry and top game industry news today. So if you'd like, go ahead and pop any questions or comments you have into the chat. We'd love to hear from you. My name is Chris Melissinos. I'm the principal evangelist for video games here at AWS, longtime video game nerd and games industry fellow. We're going to just kind of ease into this a little bit today. I actually have some pretty cool stuff to talk about. One of them is a game environment, I should say, that was built entirely in for the browser and works actually with WebXR. So you can go ahead and use this, or WebVR rather. So you can go ahead and use this in a VR headset and play against people that are playing on mobile and playing on desktop as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little look at that. And so again, if you have any questions, comments, please let me know. And actually what I'm going to do right now is pull up our LinkedIn page. Make sure we don't have anybody in there that's chatting away on the post. Juggling all of these different browser windows and things like that, right? Make it pretty challenging, especially when, it's a one-person operation over here on this side. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Where are the posts? Here we are. We are live, and join me on YouTube. You can hear me banging away on this very loud clickety-clackety keyboard. There you go. All right. So now we went ahead and popped that into this super clickety-clackety keyboard that I have here. This one is really cool, right? This is it's the 8-bit DOE keyboard. This is the NES model. And I love this thing. One of the things when we're working inside of, a studio environment and you need to go ahead and work between different systems, right? You can use a KVM, right? Keyboard, video, mouse switcher, which I had, but it becomes a little cumbersome or problematic to use it. And so what I did is I moved over to this 8-bit DOE keyboard, which has Bluetooth and it's got a 2.4 gigahertz module. And so I can switch between my Mac setup and my Windows setup just by flipping a switch on the keyboard, which I absolutely love. Then, of course, I also have a mouse that lets me go ahead and use down here up to 3 different devices. So I can go ahead and plug these in and switch instantly between all of them, which is just really, really awesome. But what I also love about this 8-bit DOE keyboard, including the clickety-clackety noise that it makes, right, is on the keyboard we have, let's see if you can see back here. Yeah, we have these ports on the back, these 4 input ports. And what those are for is 8-bit DOE has made these giant NES buttons that you can basically plug in and use as input buttons. So you can use, of course, on the keyboard, you can use the A and B buttons there, or B and A, right? It's actually set correctly as it is also on the giant set there, the B and A. and then of course your keys. But you can also set up macros for it. And so what I'm going to wind up using that for is to be able to put it on the ground and to go ahead and actually step on it and control a teleprompter or lights inside the studio and stuff like that. So all those little tips and tricks go ahead and make it a lot easier to go ahead and maintain a live stream and do all this kind of programming by yourself. But yeah, so that's when you hear me clickety clacking away on it, that's the sound it's making. I really do recommend it. It's got a really nice feel to it. It took a little while to get used to it because it's got a lot of travel on the keyboard, but it's pretty all right. So yeah, if it's just going to be me hanging out there, I'm going to go ahead and just put some music here in the background. We'll have a little our long play music in the background there. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into some of the things that I found most interesting in game news this week. And why don't I just head on over to the browser side? And yeah, here we go. And actually, we'll go ahead and start off right here on the Games Beat News site. Of course, there is this big story that popped up about Dr. Disrespect. You can read all about it. I'd rather kind of lean into, some of the video game industry specific stuff. I don't know enough about the whole situation to even comment, so I won't. But yeah, let's talk a bit about what is going on in the game space this week that I found pretty awesome. So Playable Worlds, I had done an interview with Raph Koster, the CEO and founder of Playable Worlds, and had a chance to actually play in the environment. I've watched actually the development of this environment happening over the past couple of years, and it's been really wonderful to see what Raph has built with Playable Worlds. It is pretty amazing. I mean, this is a massive sandbox simulation type environment where everything is destructible. Everything can be modified and mined. And then you have all of these cascading systems or nested systems inside of each other that govern, who can visit your planets. And let me change that music. Let's get something a little nicer there. Yeah, and actually, we'll go ahead and yeah, that's good. I think that's good. That's good. Anyway, yeah. So really, really wonderful, and so glad to see this making its kind of public debut. Let's see. Yeah, Playable Worlds, its first title, Star Reach, a fully simulated, massively multiplayer sandbox game for all to explore. Modern MMO crafted by veteran MMO designer Raph Koster, co-founder of Playable Worlds. And it's set in a smarter, more natural, and more reactive galaxy. Thanks to its first-of-a-kind architecture running partially on the cloud, which is really great. And of course, we do some work with Raph and on AWS over here. As Dean goes on to say in this article, he's seen the demo form. Water flows, generating natural currents. Forests can catch fire. Flora changes as heat and humidity change. All these sorts of things. Now, what's really interesting about all of this is I remember years ago when I first met Raph, and he was working for Sony at the time, and he demoed at E3, right? One of the nice things that, we had with E3 that we just don't have anymore. Well, I shouldn't say we don't have it anymore. We have it at other conferences, right? Is, getting some of those backroom demos, right? The stuff that's not on the show floor. And I remember Raph distinctly showing me this terrain deformation technology that he was developing at the time. It was really awesome because the water would flow down and it would change the landscape, and things around the landscape would also be impacted by either falling in or having the terrain destroyed around it. And it was really incredible. And this is probably, I want to say 15, 17 years ago. And so he had been working towards that as a mechanic in the other work that he had done. But now it's fully realized in his Playable Worlds platform. So really awesome. Make sure you go on over and check it out there. And you can see on Dean's article here some of the some more information about it. And here's a video link here for Raf's vision for Star Reach 4K. So yeah, make sure that you've gone over there and check that out. I'm really excited to see this move forward and continue to grow. So that news this week that I wanted to bring up. Really, again, good to see that coming out. Let's see, what other big ones do we have here? Is there any other game news that you find important or questions you have? Please go ahead and hit me there in the chat and let me know. Let's see. Oh yes, this one. I'm so excited about this one. And I want to go ahead and let me go ahead and increase the size here of my window. Just because since I'm the only one here today. Helming Boss Rush. May as well just go ahead and make it a little bigger so it's not just a little tiny thumbnail off to the side there. All right. Tigertron's VR game Starwave is coming to the MetaQuest on September 5th. If you don't know who Tigertron is, you should. Shame on you if you don't. So Tigertron was founded by James Milkey and Sam Kennedy. And so these are two fellows that have been in the games industry for a long time and have worked in game journalism for a long time. They had worked also on a whole variety of video games. James had worked previously at Q Games, and so he worked on Child of Eden. He worked on Lumines and a whole bunch of other things that really were music related. And the reason that music factors into a lot of the games that they worked on or the ones that they're creating is because both Sam and James are DJs as well. And so they have vast musical knowledge. Anyway, so they had created a game that came out, goodness, what is it, 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago, called Jupiter and Mars. And this was a VR game that that saw you taking on the role of guiding Jupiter and Mars, these two dolphins, in this underwater adventure globally. And basically, you had to understand why the whole world was underwater, what happened there. You're saving sea creatures, and you're unlocking these different areas, and you're swimming along underwater, and all of a sudden, there is, the Statue of Liberty underwater. Like, what is the Statue of Liberty doing underwater? And you have to kind of discover, again, why the world is now, submerged. And it really was leaning into global warming and climate change issues without really, kind of beating you across the head with it, right? It was a way to understand the impact of things, again, like climate change and how they would reshape the world. And you would run into these giant humpback whales that had all these beautiful kind of like tattoos and markings on them that denoted their age and kind of the things that they lived through. And so they're kind of the sea creatures that hold the knowledge, right, of history. And you played through this whole thing. And the soundtrack was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Really, really incredible. Beautiful. And it was very much a Tron-esque vibe. Like when you do echolocation underwater, you would see like all of the geometry light up. Really, really beautiful. And it's available on PlayStation. It's available on, I believe, Oculus, of course, PC. And so this is the next game that they are delivering here on September 5th. We'll go and replay that again. Starwave. Now, I had the opportunity to actually play through some of the beta, right, of the game and give some feedback to the team there. And it is hitting all of those same notes. It's got that same kind of techno vibe. It is, it's obviously music based, and it's constellation based. It's all the things that James, right, and Sam are known for. I can't wait for this game to drop on September 5th in its completed form. I've had a blast playing through the beta of it. I've had a blast, telling my friends about it and kind of giving some feedback. And I can't wait for you all to experience this as well. As somebody who plays Beat Saber pretty much all the time, it's not an exercise type of game. This is more of a game about flow and how you get into it. And so you can see the visuals are just awesome. Really, really awesome. So tying kick-ass visuals with some VR and some rhythm-based stuff with an incredible soundtrack. And there's probably Jupiter or Mars that was just swimming there in the in the heavens. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and check that out. Tigertron's VR game Starwave coming to MetaQuest on September 5th. Truly, truly amazing. Hats off to both James and Sam, because it is it's awesome. Can't wait for you all to play it and try it out. All right, let's see what other big news is going on this week. Let's see. Oh yeah, Exploding Kittens VR. If you never played the Exploding Kittens card game, really hysterical. That's coming out on VR here. Let's see. This is another really good one. KID raises $45 million to make online games safer and more private for all. Love this, right? I mean, one of the things that we as an industry are looking for, right, is how to go ahead and make our communities better for everybody involved. How do we go ahead and make sure that we are reducing toxicity within our communities, understanding what is truly toxic and what isn't, and making sure that players, parents, companies have the option to engage in the way that's most comfortable for them with the content that's most important to them. And this company, KID, again, just raised $45 million to make online games safer and more private for all. I do believe that they were also part of the speedrun cohort that's being run by A16Z. I believe that's. Oh yeah, here we go. Series A round was led by Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z, and Lightspeed Ventures. So KID was recently selected as World Economic Forum and Technology Pioneer. Let's see. Game publishers integrating KID represent. Oh, hold on. Let me just pop in and say, yo, Mad P. So Mad Peacock has joined. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. So anyway, it is really about, again, giving tools to parents and to the players and to the companies to create the environments and communities that they want for the games they want to play and how they want to engage. It's really, really awesome. And this is going to be one of the areas that AI tools are really going to be able to lean in and help us with, right? Is understanding the context of conversation, of interaction, of those communities is going to be really important. But if you've ever sat on a Twitch stream, right? Or have you ever sat on, well, not yet, but as we continue to build here at Boss Rush, when we start to have, a lot of commentary and comments that are happening, sometimes it's really difficult to keep up with all of the communication that's happening there. And so what we need to be able to do is lean on systems that can look at mass amount of content and data and be able to sift those and to go ahead and bubble up, things that may not be as healthy for the community, or things that may be considered a threat, or things that may kind of provide, questionable information, interaction within those spaces. This is where, again, AI tools are going to be really important to lean in. And we're just getting started. But when we look at companies like Modulate, right? When we look, there are other companies as well that are doing things, again, like looking at, KID, right? Looking at how we communicate, how we provide access. It's going to be really important to lean on those tools, and all of it towards just building healthier, better, bigger, more diverse communities for all of us to go ahead and play in, right? Michael here in the chat says AI for TNS community is definitely the way. Nonetheless, human moderators will always be needed. You are absolutely correct. These tools don't replace people in the system. They augment our ability to build more games, build better games, build bigger stories, create better communities, create a safer space for everybody to play, for whatever game or community that you want to build, right? It also is going to help us find people that have better, that are more aligned with their likes, or the way that they play games, or the type of games that they play. So you can start building, again, these communities that just fit well together, right? So again, really, really cool. So KID is providing kind of a universal system, not that it's AI-based, but a universal system Well, actually, let's go just read what they wrote here, right? Today, a developer will need to spend millions on lawyers and advisors around the world to uncover what changes they need to make to their service for kids. And then they need to program separate onboarding processes, parenting tools, change the way dozens of features like chat and spending work, and much more. KID, which also brilliant name. Like, how come nobody thought of that? Actually, yeah, we need a fanfare there. KID, K dash ID. Okay, that is some excellent wordplay right there. So KID takes care of that challenge. A developer signs up, indicates which markets they want to launch in, selects their features, generates an API key. Once that API key is integrated, the system takes care of how the onboarding process needs to work for kids in each country. For example, the age threshold adapts anywhere from 17 to 21 as the age of a child differs across 128 different countries. The parent experience, whether the features are on or need a parent to unlock them, even how parents and their kids interact so it becomes a more meaningful connection around a particular game or service. So this becomes a universal platform to go ahead and manage the access and and assistance for people playing around the world. Really, really cool. $45 million raise behind that. I think that's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. All right. Next up, let's see here. And again, if you have any other stories or you have any other things you want to go and bring up, pop them in the chat and let me know. Ooh, Fortnite Reload brings back classic weapons and locations. Yeah, I don't know if you've checked it out yet, but yeah, the new Fortnite Reload uh, just launched there. I saw that actually the other day. I haven't had a chance to get in to play just because, work, right? Work and life has just been a bit crazy. But here you go. New map, new modes, but classic weapons and locations, right? So we're at that point, right? We've been living with Fortnite long enough now that we're kind of going back around the horn and we are back, bringing in some of these things that people have fond memories of and allowing people to revisit that. Yeah. One of the things that popped up here. So Adam Starcaster over there on our LinkedIn community there asked if he needed a co-host. One of the things that we're going to be doing as we go forward is we are going to be opening up guests and co-hosts to be able to join dynamically as we go. So I've been working on a workflow to make kind of all this stuff fit together really well and to also allow us to manage and operate the live stream as efficiently as possible without stuff breaking, falling over, and lets me participate while I'm even controlling all of this from this side. And again, one of those things is going to be co-hosts. So yes, Adam, in future ones, absolutely, buddy. So yay, thank you for asking. But yeah, we'll do that at a later. Yes, we will have other co-hosts that will be joining and other surprise guests. So make sure you continue to join us on Boss Rush every week to hear about that. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Okay, let's see. What did Michael say? A new Terminator game on the pop culture front. Prime released a trailer for Batman Cape Crusader, which looks awesome. We're going to go ahead and jump into those too. Let me go back and let's just continue scouring this a little bit here. And let's see. I think that takes us back really to the beginning of the week. Oh, I do have another good one, another really good one for you. There was an announcement made by, and we're going to take a look at a couple of these things, right? So there was an announcement that was just made about Xbox and Fire Stick. So Amazon's Fire Stick. So here we go. Xbox comes to Amazon Fire TV, now playing popular games without a console. So here you go. So on the Amazon Fire Stick, if you have a Fire TV or Fire Stick device, and you happen to be an Xbox subscriber, you can basically use their cloud streaming platform, now play your Xbox games through a Fire Stick or a Fire TV platform. So really, really cool. There you go. Play top titles like Starfield, Fallout 4, Forza, Horizon 5 on your Fire TV. No console required. Really, really cool. We just announced that yesterday, and there you go. And getting started simple. Grab a Fire TV Stick 4K Max or a Fire TV Stick 4K, and start playing. Now, even before I came over here to work at AWS, we were kind of a Fire TV and a Fire Stick household. After stacks of Apple TVs of every iteration and some of the Google products, everything else, Fire Stick was always just the most performant, easiest to use, also easiest to sideload, especially if you're a retro gamer. And so that's what we kind of settled on. And now there's another option here to go ahead and play my Xbox catalog and collection on those TVs. So really, really cool. Let's see, Adam Starcaster. I believe we're in the last Xbox generation. They need it. They need for Microsoft grows less and less. They've already have all the publishers and streaming PC services. Xbox needs to go handle this. This makes a lot of sense. So look, really, Phil over at Microsoft, has always talked about what does the Xbox platform mean, right? What does that brand mean, and how do they bring their games out to a wide variety of devices and really meet people that want to just go play awesome games? And so this is another step in that direction. So as the console landscape changes, we're going to continue to see stuff like this happen. And so there you go. We now have Xbox cloud streaming on our Fire TV platforms here at Amazon. So pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Any other big ones here that we want to jump into? Actually, yeah, I do want to go ahead and talk about another really cool application or environment that I want to call out. So Felix over at Meta, he works on the Meta Quest and those types of platforms. I had the opportunity to meet this awesome individual last fall when Meta and AWS held a WebXR hackathon at our headquarters. And it was great. I got to sit in with teams over about 3 days and watch them build just these really incredible, inspiring sort of experiences, all done through WebXR. So using the browser to go ahead and create or using the browser to play these games and then play them across a wide variety of devices. One of the things that Felix demonstrated is this project that he has, right? This is his own project, separate from anything else he does professionally. And it's called Elysian, and it's at elysian.fun is how you get to it. ELYSIAN.fun. And they also have a Discord set up for this as well. And this is basically a web-based arena kind of combat game. And it works on mobile. It works on your Quest headset. It works on your browser. And I wanted to go ahead and point it out because I have long been a supporter and believer in the fact that we can now deliver real, game experiences inside of the browser. And the important thing about that is if we think about some of the challenges for game developers today in reaching a massive audience, what is the one piece of technology that you can count on being on every connected device that has a window? It is a web browser, right? You can absolutely count on that. And now with the advancements that the standards bodies have made around things like WebGPU and WebAssembly, we are now getting native performance of games delivered inside of the browser. And so what this means is that if you kind of focus on the browser as your distribution platform, you can now reach all of these devices from, again, smart TVs to web browsers on desktops down to the phone in your pocket, and then reach a mass audience through a common infrastructure. And it's only going to continue getting better. And so I wanted to highlight this because Felix is absolutely brilliant. They have an incredibly welcoming community over there on their Discord. And I just wanted to kind of show off a little bit of the environment here, which is pretty cool. I'll turn down the audio there. Yeah, so here, this is just all running in Firefox, right? On my desktop here is where we're sitting here. So now you basically have to destroy this droid, and now you can continue moving around. They have these global leaderboards and all these other things. There's the different guns that I could have picked up, but I didn't. And the way, okay, so you move, WASD movement, but then you also have a jetpack. And the jetpack is behind you. Let me just get rid of this droid there. And I love the art style of this, by the way. I'm a huge fan of games like Jet Set Radio or Jet Grind Radio, of Void Bastards, which is so good, really just an amazing game. And so this kind of lower poly, highly stylized sort of environment, right? Really, really cool. So anyway, you've got this. Okay, the game is going to start. Waves cleared. Yeah, okay, I destroyed all of them. So now you've got those not stats. Excuse me. So you have a jetpack. So that's how you kind of just propel around the environment, right? So there's no jumping. You have to boost or jump with your rockets. So you can see I'm kind of. Oh, by the way, I also move my head when I'm playing these games. So yeah, it used to drive my wife nuts. She would look into my office. I remember when Descent came out, and she was like, "What are you doing? Why do you keep moving your head? I can see you out of the corner of my eye, and you're driving me nuts." Right? Anyway, so you use your rocket packs, which is on your back. So if I point up and fire, now I'm kind of into the air there. So that's how you jump, right? And then you've got, of course, oh, shoot, ran right past him. Then you have shields that you can pop up as well. And again, it's this arena combat-based game. And it's so much fun. Now, of course, I'm not playing with anybody live. Okay, where? Okay. Guys behind me there. There you go. Wave 2 was just cleared. But all of this inside of the browser. You go ahead and fire it up, and you can go to play against people across all these different platforms. Really, really cool. And the coolest part is that it works inside of a VR headset as well. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, now I'm kind of stuck down here. I gotta wait till I get some more fuel. They're gonna fire me. I'm stuck in the geometry down here. And let's see, here we go. Can I get up and out? I'm up and out now. There you go. Yeah. So this is Elysian, and once again, entirely inside of the browser, and the community there continues to explain and teach how they build these things. They take feedback from the community, and they continue to add more features. And it's multiplayer as well. Let me see if there's anybody live in there right now. Let's go back to the main menu and see if anybody is in. And that way you can just watch me get my ass handed to me. Yeah, Descent was so rad. You are not wrong there. Okay, who's shooting at me right now? Oh, okay, there we go. Let's see. Live game stats. Oh yeah, you have emotes, so you can hold down this E button here and there. Okay, so I think we are actually in a live. Yeah, there we are in a live game right now. Let's see if I can hold on here. And I know this is not supposed to be the game playing session, right? That is going to be happening at 3 o'clock today on, oh shoot. Okay, okay, come on, get out of there. On Rewind, and today I'm actually going to be going in and playing. Oh, okay, we got somebody up there. Oh yeah, he just got a little taste of it. No, where are you coming from? Nope, that's it. I didn't hit my shield. But you can go ahead and jump in and play across a variety of different devices. Really, really cool. Huge shout out to Felix and the crew over there at Elysian. So you can go to, again, ELYSIAN.fun. Pop on that headset, open up a browser, get out your mobile phone, start to play with each other across all of those different devices. So really, really cool. All right. Yeah, so that is Elysian. All right, let's go ahead and jump back in. Let's also go ahead and head on over to, and I'm going to shut off that browser tab, so that way I don't have the there's the game industry news. This gamesindustry.biz, another site that I really do like to go ahead and frequent. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff going on there. And I also want to go ahead and make sure that we touch on the work that's going on this week up at the Games for Change summon. Yeah, there was one, this Little Kitty, Big Kitty, how a former Half-Life dev's game for his kids became an overnight success. I loved hearing this story, right? And one of the things that we just did on Rewind 2 weeks ago was my buddy over here, Tristan Greaves. He is this amazing, games industry colleague here at AWS, and he created a game called Avenger Sharks, which is really a throwback to Robotron style games. And he built this game with his kids. And it was something that, they kind of leaned into building the lore, and they kind of drove, what the character should be and why they should be there. And it's a mashup of, a shark that is, kind of avenging what happened to them and all the fish that got taken away. But there's a dinosaur in it, and there are, knights in it, and all these things. And so it's not any one particular style, and there's no reason why they can't be all in that same environment. It's not underwater, but it kind of is. It was really, really awesome. And to sit down and listen to the kind of the thought process, development process with them was wonderful. This is another awesome thing, right? And as game developers are growing up and getting older and having families and doing all these things, right? I love hearing about developers that go in and are building things with their kids, with their family, and bringing them not only to market, but finding success in the market. So here, I have a former Half-Life dev game became a success, in doing this with his kids. So yeah, let's see. It was, we'll go ahead and get to it. I want to make sure that I can maintain and capture that really imaginative spark and interest of playing and relating to cats. When you watch video on the internet about cats, you get that feeling that when you're playing with your own cat, just watching a cat, I wanted to make sure that existed. Um, what do you say? I realized that when people want to play or connect with the cat, the last thing they want is to have the cat struggle, fail, or get hurt, or be in distress. It's not that type of game. This is for fun and making people smile. And one of the things that I talk about all the time, right? And for the work that I wind up doing here at AWS, so the work that I've done throughout my career is, it is really about getting people to create more games, more art, more smiles, more moments of meaningful interaction. That is the way I think about the impact of video games. And that is exactly what the developer here was talking about. So it's, yeah, make sure you go ahead and check out the game. I love the story behind this, wanting to build this with his kids, went ahead and did it, and is finding success right in the market. Really, really cool. All right, another area of discussion or positivity around AI in game development came with this article that I'd stumbled upon, which is how King is using AI to speed up development for new Candy Crush levels. And here they're saying, look, by going ahead and leveraging AI tools to help in the testing phase, not eliminating testers, but accelerating that output, they have now made level iteration 50% faster as a result. Again, it's not about removing designers or removing people that are required to be able to make games and puzzles and these things for other people. It's about leveraging tools to do the job faster, better, more complete, those sorts of things. And so the article here goes in to talk about how they leaned into AI tools to go ahead and do that. And this is what we want to see, right? Is the acceleration of games and better games coming to market. And here, this one quote, and we know millions and millions of states and the corresponding action the player took, and the bot is learning the pattern. So for a new state that it sees, it can predict human-like responses. It may not be the best option, but it's the most human one. And so they are, again, leveraging these tools to have a playtesting bot help them identify which patterns may be best, right, or most agreeable for the human player, and then using that information to go ahead and design better levels, more challenge, right? So I do love this. Again, AI is not about replacing people, it's about empowering them. And so, and that is where we as an industry need to continue to lean in, right? Okay. Yeah, let's head on to the next page there. And I'm also want to go ahead and bring up our games for change page, and let's see what is going on there this week as Mark DeLoura is out at Games for Change, and checking out the festival there. So we'll see if we have any other information there. But let's go back and finish off some of the news for the day. Let me also check the chat here. Let's see. Go Felix. Yeah, super fun. Descent was so rad. Yeah, like I said before, yeah, Descent was a decent game. Okay. All right. That was some pretty good alliteration there. Excellent, not alliteration, wordplay, Mr. Starcaster. So yeah, that was that was good. Yeah, Descent was great. 6 Degree of Freedom game without using a headset at the time. Really, really awesome. Let's see. What were a couple of the other big ones here? SAG-AFTRA announces 4th tier to new indie dev contracts. So again, helping to go ahead and protect the rights of artists and people that participate in the game development process. Really, really good. More users are choosing to play games on Steam with controllers. That's pretty interesting. And I wonder if it's also if they're also counting Steam Deck, right? If they're saying that the Steam Deck is a controller or any of the other devices, right? The ones by the ones by I think it's is it Acer that has one? A bunch of these companies now have these Steam Deck-like sorts of devices. So are they also saying, are they counting those numbers in there because that's attached to the console that you're playing on? But pretty cool, right? And no surprise that the Xbox controller is the one that's most used. It's one that I use here as well. Well, I have actually a ton of different controllers, but this is just the easiest one to jump in because it's universal, right? And there you go. What was it? There were 300 supported controllers that players can use on Steam. I did not know that. But Valve found the Xbox controller is the most popular choice, with players opting to use that in 59% of sessions compared to 26% for PlayStation controllers and 10% on Steam Deck. One of the things I found interesting playing lately is I had connected my Steam Deck at home and picked up an extra Switch Pro controller that I had lying around. And because, as those of you that play with controllers know, on the Xbox controller and the Sony controllers kind of follow the same suit, is primary button at the bottom, secondary right up to the right. But of course, on Nintendo devices, which again, on the big buttons there, those reversed. And so I found myself hitting the wrong button after using Xbox controllers for so long. So I do find it interesting that I have to constantly like modal shift right in my brain as I'm switching between different controllers. But yeah, Steam recently added support for a new series wireless Hori controllers, which are amazing controllers, by the way, along with the 8-bit Dode controllers. Really fantastic. So yeah, pretty interesting. It found since 2018, the daily average controller use has increased from 5% to 15 to 42% of these sessions involving Steam input, which allows players to use different types of controllers. So I guess, it just means that more people playing on PC are using the controllers, but I have to also believe that they're counting those devices that have controllers versus mouse and keyboard input. For sure. Right, for sure. Oh, yeah, we should also mention, too, another big one that's going on right now is the Steam Summer Sale is going on, and let's check that out. This one, right, is, oh my goodness, it's like, let's go ahead and just add more, let's just add more fuel to the backlog of shame that I have, with my own, Steam account. In fact, I found a tool just the other day that allows you to go ahead and look at your library, and then it tells you all the games you didn't play, and it gives you a value of the games that you have in your library. And it's really bad. It's really bad. Like literally 60% of the games that I own on Steam, or well, maybe not 60, closer to 50% of the games I've either cracked open for just a minute or two and then just never went back to. Right. So it's because there's just so many games you want to go in and play. But yeah, the Steam Summer Sale. Here we go. Dead Island 2, of course, awesome game. Lethal Company. And I don't like, horror type of games, but Lethal Company, a game made by a single person doing the kind of business is doing, really, really phenomenal. Let's see what else here. Manor Lords, of course. And again, another a single developer game, right? Single person developed game. Pretty cool. Um, yeah. Oh, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Supermarket Sim, all these different sim games that are coming out for the craziest sorts of things. Pretty amazing. Um, Stardew Valley, of course, 1.6 update is coming out soon. And of course, that's going to make that explode again. For $9, how can you not lean into Stardew Valley? Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, pretty amazing. And that's really good price on that as well. Subnautica, a fantastic game. And I had it both on PC and I've also played it in VR too. Really good. There you go. Little Kitty Big City, $20 on sale right now. That's a good one too. Kerbal Space Program 2, early access. Yes. If you've never played the original, oh man, really phenomenal. Death Stranding, the greatest delivery simulator ever made, and just really awesome. That's available there as well. But the stuff that I really like, I'm an action, games person. That's the stuff that I really lean into. And seeing that Prince of Persia, the new one of the two Prince of Persia games that are coming out, one is already out, the other one is coming soon, is on sale as well. So yeah, definitely going to go ahead and check that out. But the Hogwarts Legacy game, 60% off, $24. Pretty incredible. What I love about that game too, in playing with it for quite a while, is the solidity of the environment is just incredible. I mean, it feels like a real place. And I also think it's interesting the way they were able to go and kind of create the game and the environment that takes the world is what you're experiencing, not the individual characters in the game, right? So it was able to kind of separate the Harry Potter series from the world that Hogwarts actually inhabits. And for whatever, you think about, about the environment, the stories, and all that other stuff. It is really an incredibly lovingly crafted and detailed world that they have in Hogwarts Legacy. For $24, yeah, why not go and try it? That's awesome. Baldur's Gate 3, of course, right? Amazing. But again, these are all games I don't have a chance to play through all the way just because just not enough time in the day. There's a Kina, a Bridge of Spirits, beautiful, just lush, gorgeous game. Let's go check out that Prince of Persia one. That's the one I want to see. Make sure I got that right. There it is. The Rogue Prince of Persia. All right, let's see. Oh, their site must be getting hammered by all of this. Let me go ahead and check out the why is that one not opening now? Oh, it is trying. Let me go ahead and check out the chat here. Let's see. Yeah, A accept and B was back. Yes, that's exactly right. SNES, X is no, Y is yes. And Death Stranding, a game about shipping a video game, your baby, and how corporate always gets their hands into the project with their demands. I suppose that is one way of observing that. Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Yeah, check this out. Look at how cool this looks here. Seems like it's open it. Oh, it's going to open it all the way. Yeah. Yes. So I'm looking forward to playing through the game. The art is wonderful. It's not as puzzly, right, as the original Prince of Persia is. This is really action, side-scrolling, adventure, run and jump, beat 'em up sort of action. Look at that. Oh, so good. I love it. What I also love, look, it doesn't have to be this render crushing sort of game in order to be awesome, right? I mean, look at Animal World, for example, right? So here you go. I mean, look at the graphics here for Animal. Animal is only 40 megabytes big, right? I mean, think about how small that is. for a game that is being released right now that, people are going crazy over. Really, really amazing. It's about the artistry. It's about the storytelling. It's about all of those things. So yeah, Animal Well, amazing. I haven't had a chance to dig as much into it as I would like, but what I've already started experiencing, I love. So really, really cool. All right, let me check the chat here. Lots of similarities to Dead Cells, but with pop twist. Yes, Animal Well is beautiful and technically amazing. I completely agree. 100% completely agree with that, for sure, for sure. So yeah, so that is what's going on with everybody, we have all of our attention on the big Steam sale, right? Summer sale. Go ahead and make sure you fill that backlog, that pile of digital shame that you're never going to get to, and go support more game developers, right? By buying stuff when it's on sale, because hey, maybe at some point you're going to want to play it, and now it's the time to go in and get the stuff you think maybe you will, right? So yeah, really, really cool. And I'll be digging through the summer sale, right, for over the next month here. Or go play some old Starcaster and X10 games, like Ares EX and so many me. Why the heck not? I agree. Why the heck not? Indeed. Indeed, Adam. So yeah, let's definitely go ahead and check those out. Starcaster and X10 games. There you go. There's your shameless. It's not shameless. It's a wonderful plug. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on here at Games for Change. I wish, we could have Mark even pop in for a little bit here to tell us what's going on there, because we're not able to see all of the games that are happening. But let's go and explore a little bit of the site here and what's going on in the festival. Here is the Games for Change Festival trailer. So let's see, do we have...
Games for Change is the largest global community for people who want to use games and immersive media to make the world a better place.
And I love how Games for Change has just grown over time. I wound
Every
up
year,
actually
our growing community comes together in July.
Sat down to do one of the keynotes at one of the earliest of or fireside chat keynotes, I should say.
20th
One of the
annual Games for
earliest
Change Festival. And to celebrate,
Change
we're expanding the program
conferences,
with
when
an
it was first
entire
starting
week of
up there.
events from July 17th to
And
the
when it was under
21st.
completely different
The whole
management and
week is
everything else,
jam-packed
just to
with
watch it
opportunities to
consistently
learn,
year
share,
over year,
and connect.
get better,
With a cutting-edge
bigger,
lineup
have
of
more
talks,
impact, is
workshops,
just really,
opportunities
really
to get to know
amazing. They've done a
funders,
wonderful
and
job with
experience
this.
award-winning
And,
interactive content.
yeah,
The Games
really, really
and
cool.
XR Immersive Arcade. This year's program also features the first of its kind Games and Sustainable Development Goals Summit held at the United Nations, as well as the Next Gen Summit designed for youth ages 13 to 17.
One of the things that Mr. Starcaster put in here was they're considered old. They're not old, buddy. They're vintage. That's different. Oh, Kelly Santiago there.
We hope you'll join us in July for this
who else? I
the...
missed all of that. Yeah, Sarah Bond, corporate vice president over there at Xbox, is there. Yeah, Kelly, yay! I mean, yay to all of them actually, but
we hope you'll join us
they're just
in July
Kelly
for
for
this
a long
historic
time.
moment to celebrate the growth of the global Games for Change community, reflect on 20 years of trailblazing innovation, and come together around a vision for the future of games, XR, and impact.
Love it. Absolutely love it. But yeah, I wish we could see the list of the games there. But we don't have that. All right, let's go ahead and check out that schedule, though, and see what's happening there. Okay, where are we now? We are day 2 here. Yeah. Oh, Jesse Schell. That's right. Jesse Schell is also speaking there as well. Jesse Schell, of course, from Schell Games, former Disney Imagineer, and also the person that coined the term gamification. Brilliant guy. So, yeah, he is over there doing this. I know that that Mark is actually, I believe he's either speaking or leading a panel or doing something today. Let's see, talk Minecraft. Yeah. So anyway, Games for Change, incredible organization, and really bringing, focus to the ability that video games have to allow us to explore very difficult questions and to make it easier to understand very complex, emotional, and impactful sort of experiences and societal changes that are going on. All of those things. Yeah, Concrete Genie came out of there. Fold Apart. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's just go ahead. Well, we don't have time to go through all of these, but if you've never checked out the Games for Change website, absolutely go ahead and do it. Gamesforchange.org. And you'll have access to information about all of these games that have come out of the conference over the year, right? Alpha Beat Cancer, a children's game demystifies cancer by teaching the terminology information needed for informed therapy and positive care. Fantastic, right? I mean, these are the types of things that we want to go ahead and see video games also do, not just entertain, not just delight us, but also help us to tackle really big questions and face things that may be, fearful and give us hope and give us other ways of expressing these things. So really, really love it. Make sure you go ahead and check out that stuff there. And then let's see, what other news do we have that's popped up? Actually, for me this week, I really haven't had an opportunity to spend much time in exploring what's been going on in the industry just because work has been crazy. Just a lot of really good stuff going on over here at AWS. And I've just been heads down doing all kinds of educational and evangelism type of work here in the company. So I haven't really had a chance to go ahead and spend as much time as I normally would. And since it was just me hanging out with you all today, we could just do that. So what I'm going to do is just lean into the chat here and let me know what you're playing right now. Let me know what's looking really interesting for you. Let me know, what you want to see from Boss Rush as we continue to go forward and build out the programming and build up the channel. Again, as I mentioned, we are going to be really exploring the opportunity to bring in other guests, industry luminaries, and perhaps even being able to go ahead and on the fly have viewers join us live in the stream. So we're working on all of those things right now, and those are going to be coming soon. But yeah, I know Adam has been very vocal here in the chat today. Mad P, if you're still there, let me know what you're playing right now. That would be good to know. Like I said, I haven't had as much time to play, but I will share one really cool thing that I've been doing. So last Friday evening, a week ago, my goodness, I can't believe it's a week ago, I was asked to participate in an awards program for our UCSC, and Graham Devine had invited me to be a judge and an awards presenter for the student showcase of these games that came out. And they were just incredible. I mean, just the artwork and the thought and care. In fact, why don't we go ahead and let's see. FRW. I'm going to see if I can pick up the one game that I that I was asked to deliver the award for. Let's see. I think this is it. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and jump over here. I want to show you what this looks like. This is, again, a student game, and they won for best art. And this, of course, is also playable in the browser. So I'm going to pop back on over to the browser for a minute here. Of course, using WebGL and made with Unity. Love this. Here we go. Fra G and the Moth is the name of the game. And just look at how lovely this is. Little WASD to move. Ooh. Okay, but I can't get past this, so what do I need to do? Shift the camera. Oh my goodness. And now I have this 3D looking space. And now I shift back to this 2D space. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I missed that there. Scroll the mouse wheel in or out to zoom. Once again, all happening inside of the browser. Right? Let's see. Okay. Oh, I can't get past there. So what do I need? There we go. So now I can move in 3D space, get over here. Oh, wanted, dead or alive, Frog G, right? Yeah, really, really cool. Oh yeah, Adam said, hey, whoever made this, reach out. So let's fix your title screen so more people play. Yeah, really, really amazing. And so I loved this, and the fact that, and the point of of discussion that I wound up having with a number of the students, as well as my colleagues that were also leaning in to offer their advice, was there's so much opportunity to create so many different types of games and gameplay styles that you don't have to follow just the trends. You don't have to worry about creating once again something that is pushing the bounds of reality. Look at how lovingly crafted this is. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and check out Frog G and the Moth. That is the name of their game. It's on itch.io. That is Frog G and the Moth. And Adam, I will absolutely connect you to the team that went ahead and did this. And we'll see if they can take you up on that offer. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, this is a pretty light week here, light in news. I was sitting here holding down the fort while my colleagues are off recuperating out there in the world, speaking at other conferences. Now, I should mention that I will not be here next week either. I'm taking off next week for some awesome family stuff that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be coming back with Boss Rush in 2 weeks. And maybe I'll just go ahead and throw a replay up or something like that. But yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks with the next episode of Boss Rush. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me today. Again, my name is Chris Melissinos. I'm the principal evangelist for video games here at AWS. I'm also rocking my new NCOM Computer Technology Corp shirt, which of course I love because it's always Tron all the time. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great weekend. And if you do celebrate the holidays, you're out doing stuff, make sure that you're safe, staying hydrated, stay away from big bombastic fireworks. Make sure that you're back here in 2 weeks for more Boss Rush. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.